Hey there everyone, it's Jenna. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're gonna head off to At Home, and I'm gonna take you all through the store with me and show you some of those pieces that will really help to give your space that expensive designer feel, but of course we'll snag them for those amazing prices, and then we'll come back home and I'll show you everything that I found for my space and how I styled it throughout my home. So hopefully you'll be able to get some fun decorating inspiration from this video, and without further ado, let's go to At Home. All right, so here we are at Home, and I will link everything that I can from this shop with me below. So check the description box because a lot of these things have since gone on sale. So a material that can instantly elevate your space is marble. It's a classic, timeless stone and is typically on the more expensive side, but they had some pieces for really reasonable prices here, like this stunning tray. I love the natural pattern and dimension that the veining adds just to help give that visual interest to a space. And these would be perfect for aesthetically corralling items on a table or maybe in a bathroom. They also had this darker slate color as well, and I liked this tray because you could use it to serve food off of or just use it as decor in a space. So very versatile piece for an amazing price, especially considering that it's marble. They also had so many coasters to choose from. Most were in the $13 range for a set of 4. They have lots of different shapes and colors, and marble coasters are my personal favorite, and I have them all throughout my home because I love the way that they blend in with my earthy casual aesthetic. They also had these little marble pinch pots, which would be so cute to aesthetically and practically display salt or sugar on a countertop, maybe with a little spoon in it, or it could be cute to hold several pairs of everyday earrings or necklaces on a bathroom countertop. And they also had this marble and wood cake stand, and this would be so perfect for those of you who like to bake or entertain. I love the combo of the natural materials with the wood and stone to give off that earthy, expensive feel. Same thing with this paper towel holder. I just love the combination of wood and marble. I think it's super classic, and these were all very, very reasonably priced and give your space that high-end elevated feel. I also came across a bunch of expensive looking decorative accents like these handled wooden bowls. These are a great way to elevate your styling on a shelf, coffee table, or console table. I actually have a very similar bowl that I got from McGee & Co, and I have it styled in our bathroom with a bar of chia soap for a natural spa-like vibe, which I love. I also loved this distressed wood tray, and distressed wood is a material that designers are constantly using to decorate a space because not only does it add warmth, but the distressing also helps to layer in a natural texture to a space as well. And I spotted this handled utensil crock, which I actually own, and I've used it more as a vase than a utensil holder because I love the handle detail on it, and I think that handles really help to give off more of that old world vintagey feel, which I love to layer into my spaces as well. I also found this alabaster lamp for $70, and this is an amazing designer dupe because it looks super similar to the one being sold at our house for over $1,000. So a great way to get the same look for a fraction of the price. Now, I thought that this display cabinet looked a lot more expensive than $350. It has a very similar look to the Morris bookcase from Crate & Barrel, priced at over $1,000, and with this one it is a bit shorter, but a trick to help it feel taller would just be to add a vase with some long twiggy stems on top to help extend the eye up a little bit. Another find that I was excited to see were these striped fringe pillows, and I love how these were oversized so they'd be a great base pillow to layer with a couple of smaller ones in front, and I believe I have the same one in our reading corner, and I love the subtle pop of pattern that it gives to our space. Now, if you're looking for an inexpensive coffee table that has a designer look to it, I thought this Newport coffee table was a great option. I love the faux distressed look on it to again help to give off that subtle texture. And I also thought it had really similar lines to the Folsom coffee table, which is a bestseller at Pottery Barn, but this is a great option to get a similar look for much less. Now, this outdoor dining table looked a lot more expensive than it was. It actually reminded me a lot of the Toscana dining table at Pottery Barn, and this guy started at $600 but is now currently on sale for only $250 at the time of me recording this, which is actually insane. I also really loved this bench that goes with it, since stems. The bench specifically has that pretty trestle detail, and it would actually look really lovely by itself, maybe somewhere like a hallway or an entryway with a piece of artwork or a gallery wall hung above it. Definitely a versatile piece that's a steal right now. Another outdoor piece that I loved was this handled fountain, and I believe this has since gone on sale for $135, and I love the rustic old world feel of this, and it would just be such a fun way to add the calming sound of water to a patio or garden. Another piece that I think would really help to add that old world rustic charm to an outdoor space are these rustic planters. These look to me as if they were aging in an old European garden for years, and I love the character that that gives. Even though they are new, I love that they have that old aged chippy look to them. So another vintage inspired piece that I loved was this faux vintage runner, and for a 2x8 size, this was on sale for $33.74. And these are also washable, which is really nice if you have one in the kitchen or in a bathroom and you just need it to run it through the laundry. It's really nice to have that option. And I also think that the print on here looks to be very authentic, like it's actually a vintage rug. So it has that designer feel to it, but just for a fraction of the price. They also had lots of garden accessories. I love these garden tools because they have that neutral wooden handle with the leather tie, and they would look very aesthetic hanging out on some hooks on a patio, or you could store them in this outdoor canvas tote. This was a great deal on sale for $16.49, and I've seen very comparable garden totes online for anywhere between $75 and $100. So definitely a cheap aesthetic way to store some garden gear. I also loved this garden visor. This is so cute with the floral bow detail and would look so pretty hung on some hooks, and then practical to have when you need to grab it to shield your face from the summer sun. I also spotted these rustic looking floating shelves that were very comparable to the ones that they sell at Pottery Barn for over $100 each. So I thought these were a really great deal and would be pretty to hang maybe in a kitchen, hallway, or a bathroom. So at this point, my cart was full, and it is now time to head home and style our finds. All right, so we're back home, and I'm gonna show you all some of my finds that I'm really excited about. So the first couple of things that I found were stems, and I'm going to put them all together at the end for an arrangement, but I'm just gonna show you them all individually because I feel like these were such good finds. The first stems that I found were these gorgeous seeded eucalyptus stems. Now these are really, really long, and they were originally priced at $9.99, but they are currently on sale for $7.50, which I think is such a good deal because these look very similar to the ones that they sell at Pottery Barn for $40 a stem. So you can get a very similar look. It still has that designer feel to it, but just for a fraction of the cost. A lot of times when you have things like these seeds on stems, I feel like it can actually make the stem look a lot more artificial, but these just look very lifelike, and I think that they kind of have almost a fig-like look to them. So, you know, that's a very rustic look and it's very popular. There were some fig stems that I loved on a floral, but those have since gone out of stock. They were super popular. I believe those were like in the $35 range as well. So it's a great way to get that expensive look for less. And I bought 5 of these just because I thought that they would be pretty to have in a vase by themselves one day. I think they'll give off that really casual rustic look that I love, but I am going to style them with some other stems, so I'll show you those as well. Okay, so the next stems that I found to go in the arrangement were these gorgeous hydrangea stems. These were actually marked at $7.99, but they are on sale for $5.99, which I think is such a good deal considering how realistic these look. They're also really long, which I think helps to lend itself to a more designer look, because these days I see a lot of designers doing very long, twiggy statement vase arrangements. So they'll have kind of the same sort of stem, and then they'll just do maybe like 5 stems, but they just have that really long, twiggy movement to them. So it's very easy to do that with these if you just buy like 4 or 5 of them. I also just think they look super realistic, especially for the price. You know, they look like they were freshly cut from the backyard, and hydrangeas are one of the more high maintenance real stems to take care of. So I love that I can get that spring summer-like look year round for a really cheap price. And then the last stem that I got to complete this arrangement were these really pretty berry stems. I have been on the hunt for berry stems for a really long time that actually look realistic. And when I saw these, I knew I had to have them. They were originally $7, but they are currently on sale for $5.50 a stem, which I think is a really great deal. And I love berries because I feel like they help to add that rustic, gathered look to a floral arrangement. And they're a great thing to add some variety and texture when combined with things like florals and greenery. scenery. They're just something nice to have to kind of round out the arrangement. And I also got these because I thought they'd be really great to use come winter time as well. I think they'd add a little bit of softness combined with some pine stems, so that'd be really pretty too. So okay, and then to put all of my florals in, I found this stunning white handled pot. You all know that I think a handle detail really just helps to give it that old world expensive feel. So this was only $24.99, which I actually thought was an amazing deal. It does have a drainage hole if you want to plant something living in here, but I'm going to take all of my stems and just arrange them in a really organic, gathered floral arrangement to make a nice centerpiece on our dining table. I just love the simplicity and the combination of all of the florals that I found and how they give off that spring, summer-like feel. They have a little punch of color and variety, but they still lend themselves to that casual, organic, neutral feel that I love to style my space with. And it looks very realistic and expensive, but we really didn't spend a lot of money on it, which is awesome. Okay, so this next piece is probably my favorite thing of the entire haul, and it is this stunning gathering tray. Now, this guy was $39.99, which I know sounds a little high for a basket, but I thought it looked super similar to the one that they sell on McGee & Co., which is a designer site, and they have a gathering basket for $76, which is almost twice the price. And I actually liked this one better because it is made of like an outdoor grade woven material. So I thought this would be perfect for when I go outside and I clip things like lavender or I'm deadheading my flowers. So typically I'll go outside every 2 weeks or so and then gather a bunch of my lavender stems that are all ready for harvest. And this is perfect so I can throw them all in there as I'm trimming them and then bring them inside and I dry them and I use them for things like syrups and stuff like that. So not only is this very practical, but I also thought it would make a really nice decorative piece to use around my home for the spring and summer season. I think I'm going to just pop a couple of the faux hydrangeas that I bought and pop them on a bench in our living room just so I can have that fresh cut flower feel all season long without actually having to go out and cut flowers and keep them alive. I just love that casual gathered look that'll help give to my living space. This would also be really pretty to place next to a fireplace, you know, if you have something like firewood or something, to maybe remove that for the season and put this there with some faux stems in it to give it more of a spring-like feel just for the warmer months. I think that this is such a cute styling piece. Not only is it practical, but it's very decorative and durable, and I thought that this was a really, really good find. All right, so next I found this really pretty slate marble tray, and I know I showed this in the shop with me portion, but I just could not resist it. It was $21.99, which I thought was a really good deal. And marble is just a very expensive material in general. You can always find it on designer sites because it's a very classic material and it's always incorporated into designer spaces. So the fact that I could get this for under $25 was a really good deal. And what I actually loved about this was its size. I liked that it was very wide so I can place a full vase on this and, you know, still have room to place things like a candle and maybe like a little candle snuffer on there to kind of complete a cute group of 3 when styling. So I'm just gonna put this on our dresser, and I love the combo of marble placed on top of a wood surface. I feel like it keeps things very organic and earthy, but this would also look really pretty in a bathroom as well. You could also use this in a kitchen or on a dining table to group a couple of items together, like your napkins, salt and pepper shakers, and maybe a little centerpiece. So yeah, definitely a great find. And I will say, when I was picking mine out at the store, they all varied a lot. So there were some with like very heavy veining, there were some that were darker and lighter, so it might help you to go to the store and pick out your favorite. And I kind of like that each one is unique in its own way too, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, definitely a really great piece for an amazing price. All right, everyone, that about wraps up this video. I hope that you enjoyed this at-home shop with me and haul. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. It really does help to support the channel and makes it so I could continue doing these shop with me and haul videos. Also, if you're not subscribed, make sure that you are. I post lots of updates in my community page about things like sales, new arrivals, and restocked items. So that's another benefit of being subscribed as well. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope you have a fabulous week, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye!